The Snyderverse is not dead yet? Well, we'll see, because according to Bounding into Comics, courtesy of Geekosity's Mikey's Hut, who suggests that the clues to the Snyderverse being restored are in plain sight. So this isn't him referring to a source, but it is his theory here. The article begins. It's not over till it's over. It isn't dead. It's just asleep, barring an announcement to the contrary by Warner Brothers. Well, quite a few of them have said, no, that's it, Sarnoff and Hamada, you know. But, anyway. So, why is he somewhat cautiously optimistic about the potential of its restoration? It's this business about Toby Emmerich. And he could be on his way out by year's end. And the belief in this comes from the Hollywood Reporter saying that David Geffen contacted Netflix on Emmerich's behalf to gain leverage in a future negotiation with Warner's. Well, now, negotiation of what? Okay, well, would it be some, cooperation with them over a film or licenses and whatnot? That sounds odd considering they just launched HBO Max, so why would you need to do that? So I'm guessing the idea is that, no, this is about Emmerich himself jumping ship. So Sutton explains, this is called the takeaway, and it's a method of looking like you're weighing your options. Yeah, should there be writing on the wall, WB may try to keep Emmerich if other firms issue a bid for him, which could be costly. So it might be in their best interest to say, goodbye, Emmerich. Can't say it's been fun all the way around. But anyway, but says that this means that Emmerich has the nuclear code, so that his departure may lead to a certain house of cards collapsing. So the suggestion here would be, I'm assuming, is that Emmerich is what holds the forces allied against Snyderverse together, and it's a powerful front, even up to AT&T, apparently. Never did get clear numbers. There's some that are, on the outside looking in, it appears Justice League was successful in the sense that it was popular. In some markets, HBO Max crashed because of people trying to watch it. Stuff like that. But did it leap Mount Everest in a single bound, as I refer to it? It's unfair that it's in that situation, but that's where it is, because it needed to overwhelm all the people just determined to bury this and move on with different ideas for DC characters. But had it done that, then it would be a no-brainer, and AT&T would have put the order down. Let's get Justice League 2 off the ground, and possibly the other projects of Ben Affleck's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman, stuff like that. So far, it's crickets, and the only narrative is that, now that's it. That was Zack Snyder's trilogy, and they called it that, and it ends the story. It really doesn't, but and then Snyder himself has been more open now than he has been previously, which sounds to me like, yeah, it's a done deal. They're done with him. In that he says, yeah, they don't like me, and all that stuff about Green Lantern. He put that, yeah, they shut that down, which tells you even though he got it released, he still didn't get it the way he wanted it. Oh man, still fighting to the bitter end. Made him cut the Green Lantern scene out and all that. So, but the big changer here is it's Toby Emmerich. If he's leaving, what does that entail? So, it goes on that because they've already openly as a company embraced Multiverse, and that's the point of the Flash film. It's what it'll be. It'll be a magical mystery tour of the multiverse. It's starting to sound more like a Battle of the Network Stars. But I'm worried about it. It doesn't sound good. And some of the supposed plot leaks that are out there, like Reddit and stuff like that, it sounds awful. But that being said, once you've embraced a multiverse, it doesn't really matter what it does. You can always return to it. It just means that, the Snyderverse is its own universe somewhere and continues. despite whatever new one they're creating here for all their other stuff. There's still been no official word that the upcoming J.J. Abrams' Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman movie will be connected. It's saying it's not a part of the DCEU. It's its own thing. But with Multiverse, yeah, you could cross them over if you so desired. I just don't see any success for that film whatsoever. And it's just another of this. I don't know how long Bad Robot can get away with this by, putting their politically correct icing over a cakeless cake. And then you bite in and find out, hey, there's no cake in here. No, there isn't. But if you don't like it, you're a racist. That's it. That's the whole thing. And that idea and template of how to market your films has never worked. You can go down the list. We'll just go ahead for all intents and purposes. Start with Ghostbusters 2016. If you didn't like it, you hated women. It didn't work. One failure after another. And the bigger problem here for Warner Brothers is, do they have enough money? Because we're going to do a multiverse, and that's been one of the things Snyderverse fans cling to, is that, well, okay, they let them do what they want, but as long as we get our Snyder movies, who cares? They don't have the money for all of that. The superhero films are very expensive. You could do some Batman films on the cheap, but Superman, no. So that's one of the big stumbling blocks for me here. The Superman reboot isn't guaranteed to be a hit. More than likely, it won't be. So, oh boy, what is it? If it fails, they'll go back to Snyder. Well, it depends on who's there. But right now, even with whatever numbers Justice League had, the only excitement for DC product is Snyderverse. And you need to make some damn money. And I'm not seeing it from anything else. But okay, so up next, the idea is that AT&T is watching very closely to see how Army of the Dead performs on Netflix. So yes, if you're a big fan of Snyderverse, you better tune in to that movie and support it, and give it some high numbers. And hopefully it's good. I really, really love Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. So, we'll see what this one is. I'm definitely going to watch it. But yeah, it plays a role in this. That, hey, if Snyder's considered a hot property, then that kind of overrules anyone's dislike of him over this whole issue. Where, despite the fact what Snyder did to Geeks and Gamers, which I think is really rotten and nasty, for the most part, Warner Brothers has been the villain in all of this, or what they've done to him. But anyway, if they're embarrassed about that, that's too bad. He didn't make them do it; they did it. But anyway, so Warner Brothers might consider the Snyderverse dead in the boardroom and in all the trash, but Sutton thinks it's more applicable to say things are on ice, similar to the situation between Disney and Sony when it came to Spider-Man. That's really a different situation. But they won't leave money on the table. Well, so far it looks like they are. They're going to throw it away on that idiot J.J. Abrams movie. That's just crazy. Gee, could it be restored? He says it won't be instantaneous, but brick by brick. So you got to wait for what they're doing now to burn down, and time is not on your side. Eventually, people like Cavill are going to age out of the role, unless you're going to do Kingdom Come or something. So time's not on their side, and as far as the multiverse approach, where you do it all, I don't think that's viable either, because of the money it would take to go into it. And I mean, you had the idea that you restore the Snyderverse and its success funds all the other ones. Yeah, I was so crazy about that. But one of the big factors here that this take on it kind of ignores, even though they mentioned J.J. Abrams' Superman movie, it's J.J. Abrams himself. And, so Toby Emmerich leaves and everybody that was against Snyder loses their power. I don't think J.J. Abrams is interested in sharing DC with anybody. And how this company, which hasn't produced anything worth a damn since, I guess the 2009 Star Trek movie, the only good thing they produced with Star Trek, And since then, look what they've done to it. You know, it's just been destroyed. And yet, everybody, Hollywood is mystified by this guy. So he knows how to play behind the scenes better than most. And so, okay, Emmerich leaves. I don't think that completely leaves the door wide open for Snyder to return and complete his Justice League films and all that. So don't underestimate Bad Robot. They make crappy movies, but they know how to play the game behind the scenes, it appears to me, very well to their benefit. Plus, Warner Brothers shelled out $500 million to the guys. Oh, man. Big mistake. Yes, the best thing going for them is Snyderverse. Despite all its flaws that I readily admit, it's the best they've got. These other projects, perhaps excepting for the Batman that Matt Reeves is doing, might be a good movie. But the rest of it, I don't know. It's looking pretty bad after Wonder Woman 84. Oh, my God. And Birds of Prey, good Lord. So I don't even know if Aquaman's safe. So there's Black Adam. That might be cool, but, we'll see. Plus, another player in this is Dwayne Johnson himself. And there was rumors that Warner Brothers put a gag order on him about this stuff. But he's long said he wants Henry Cavill Superman involved in his Black Adam films. So yeah, there's reasons to see it, and Sutton's not completely wrong here. There is a pathway for it, but I think time is not on their side, and the money becomes a problem. And J.J. Abrams is quite the spoiler in here. And again, do not underestimate them when it comes to Bad Robot. So I hope Mikey's right, but at the moment, I remain dubious. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr. Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.